Hello Capricorn, this is Dot from Dragonfly Soul Tarot, and we are doing your May monthly tarot energies reading. So let's see what is coming up in the month ahead. So let me just ask you a quick question. Do you think that the monthlies should come out a little bit earlier, or are they okay as they are? I just am a little wary of of my monthlies coming out at the same time as everyone else's, so that you know, there's just too much of the same thing out there at once. So let me know if you'd like to see them a little bit earlier, and I'll take your comments into consideration. Okay, so I have shuffled, I have cut the cards, and we are ready to begin. First card we have is you, Capricorn. Goodness, we have you showing up as the Death card. Just give me a second here while I drink a little bit. Hold on. I'm having a little. Oh, that's better. Okay. And you are crossed by the Empress. Okay. So the energies moving into the past is the energies of the Lovers. The present energies are the Four of Cups. Energies coming into the future are the Page of Coins. The way that you see yourself is the Eight of Swords. The way that others see you is the Magician. And the biggest fear you have is the High Priestess. Your biggest hope is the Four of Swords, and I'm showing the outcome as the Five of Coins. All right, Capricorn. I see a little bit of depression here, a little bit of sadness at something that you had to put a stop to. Or possibly a committed relationship that has gone wrong. Something that has to do with the familial unit, the family unit, has gone wrong. Like perhaps you were bidding for a home and you didn't get it. Or, you know, I mean, there's the obvious, which is a relationship which has ended in divorce or separation or something like that. So something has ended and you are not happy about this. Something to do with the family unit and the whole feminine, cozy, homey realm. Okay, so anything to do with how your home. I was going to say house, but a house is different from a home, right? Your home can be anywhere, but a house is a house, even though a house can be a home. All right, okay. So this situation with this home situation is really weighing heavily on you, and you need to. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. It's just caught my eye here. You really need to let go of whatever this is. So if you put that bid on that house or that piece of property and it didn't come through, then you're just going to have to let it go and move on, because it is dragging you down. And you know, this is spring and so many things are changing and becoming more beautiful. So you are showing up as the card of the endings, and this is something that is being crossed by the the Empress. So whatever this home situation that has gone sideways is what you're dealing with through the month of May. Seems to me as though it may have been a relationship issue, as we have the Lovers going into the energies of the past, and as when I see the Lovers, it is the turning point in a relationship where you either become closer or not, where the relationship either takes an exponential step forward or completely dissolves. So this energy is going into the past. So this seems to me like some sort of breakup, some sort of separation. You may not be together right now, and you are here on your own and just wallowing with self-pity. And people may not see this. You may be putting on a very brave face, but inside you're feeling very desolate and despondent. And this is a little bit of depression here, Capricorn. I'm hoping this is not for a lot of Capricorns out there, but when we deny the grief we feel over something that has ended, we internalize it, and this is you internalizing that pain. So right now you are dealing with something that has ended, and a love situation that is moving into the past, and you're dealing with some sort of pain. In the future we have the Page of Coins, and this is a new beginning. This is a new lesson. This is just like the first rung on a ladder to being happier in some way. I do, aside from the cups, I do see the coins also in a slightly romantic sense. But you are kind of just renewing your confidence, renewing your sense of identity. That is exactly what I meant to say. So your sense of identity seems a little bit lost right now, and you're just going, you seem to be going through the motions. For those who have had some sort of loss in the relationship arena right at this point in time, you seem to be going through the motions. But with this energy of the Page of Coins coming in the future, there is some sort of renewal, rebirth, so to speak. You're starting fresh, you're starting again, another chance. So this is another chance, starting at something from the very bottom, from the very bottom step. I'm seeing possibly the loss of a child, the loss of a spouse. Now, this is not in any way, shape, or form foretelling this sort of tragedy. This is, if it has already happened, if this reading pertains to you, this has already happened, okay? You may have lost your spouse or a child. And with the Page of Coins showing up in the future, there may be another chance to try again. So that could also be the loss that you had to deal with in terms of this particular home situation. So yeah, this is pretty sad here. You have definitely lost someone very dear to you, and as I mentioned before, this is something that has already happened, that you have already dealt with, and this reading is about how you are dealing with the aftermath of that particular loss. So there's a grieving. This is you grieving the loss of something very important to you in terms of your home situation. I am so sorry to hear this. For those Capricorns that this is regarding, it's so heart-wrenching to see you have to go through this, and it is a long process of wading through those lost emotions. See, we have the Eight of Swords showing up as you tied up in your head, in your thoughts, unable to move forward or unwilling because the bonds are pretty loose. But whenever we feel grief, we can always say, oh, I don't feel this way. We can always deny that we feel that way. But it always comes back. So you see yourself as someone trapped in this situation, having to grieve, having to work through it, and seeing no way of, no shortcuts. Basically, no shortcut through this situation. So others see you as the Magician. So this is what leads me to think that you are definitely putting on a very brave face, because others see you as perfectly capable, the one who has all the tools to deal with anything that comes their way. So others are seeing you as perfectly capable, and I'm looking at this little animal head up here at the top here, and it reminds me of a mask. Once again, bringing to mind the fact that when we are feeling in pain, when we are in pain, that we put on a mask to cover up our grief. So what you are fearing is the High Priestess, and this is dealing with the situation. This is dealing emotionally with the situation, spiritually, and head on. Okay? By dissecting the problem, by looking for solutions to get out of your current state of feeling of depression, of grief, for whatever it is that you feel that you've lost or feel that you have lost. So you're fearing having to deal with this head on, and your biggest hope is the Four of Swords. So you're hoping that you can just sort of rest and recuperate and kind of put it out of your mind for once, because this is really taking its toll on your psyche. So you just feel like thinking about it any longer is just going to make you burst, because it's just so much that you need to deal with. So your biggest hope is that you get some time out, some respite from this situation. With the Five of Coins in the outcome, it doesn't seem like May is a time where you are going to be able to put this behind you yet. For those Capricorns who are dealing with this loss, you are still going to be dealing with this feeling of loss and depression. Okay, so this is a very, very difficult reading for me to do, because it's just, I'm getting all this sadness and just sadness, and there's no advice I can give aside from seek out the respite. Seek out a way to get yourself some rest, some relief, maybe take a little mini vacation, a little staycation, and find some way to give your mind some rest, Capricorns, because this is just keeps churning around and around in your head. Alright, so I'm going to pull out another card here. There we go. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands and the Hangman. So yes, it's going to take a complete a shift in, what I'm trying to say here, complete shift in perspective to get you past this. But right now, what you need is to rest and recuperate, because you've come so far in dealing with this. But right now, what you actually want, what you actually need, is what you want, which is to rest and recuperate. So do what you can to get some rest and recuperation. Go on a little staycation, pamper yourself, be good to yourself, Caps, because whatever this this loss is, this too shall pass. Okay, so we all have tough times to go through in our lives, and this may just be a time for you, Capricorn, where you are tested, and to see how tough you are, you know, tested by the universe through the loss of this this situation, the loss of this home situation. Okay, so I have to say this is my saddest reading yet, because there's just, it's going to take time, and for those Capricorns going through this, it's probably not going to be resolved in the month of May. But we'll take another look in June and see how this is moving along. Hopefully we will get some answers at that time. Thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. I hope you found something helpful in this reading. If you are dealing with depression, reach out. Don't hide yourself away. Okay. Maybe take a little break, but definitely seek out some sort of counseling. Seek out a different person, another person, to give you a new perspective on what you're going through, so that you can deal with it. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and commenting on my videos. And please remember to tell 2 friends about my channel, so that if they need to hear these messages, they will know where to find me. Thank you again, Capricorn. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.